Okay, first we're going to take a look at reflections. So find the area of your note sheet that says reflection. Okay, so in our first box, sorry, let me select off of everything here. Okay, so in our first box, we're going to talk about the action. Oops. So the action will have the point, line, or shape, flips, over the given line. Okay, now our other two are words. The words that you'll see would be reflect the shape over. One option could be the x-axis, could be the y-axis, or you could be given the equation of a line. Usually you'll see over the x-axis or the y-axis, but we will take a look at what it looks like given the equation of a line. Now for the algebra of it, you will see the x, comma, y, and then the arrow. I don't have a lot of room here, but let me erase this. We're actually going to fill the rest of this in a minute. We're going to find out what happens to the ordered pairs on our own. So we will come back to that. Okay. All right. Now take a look at your next page, the reflections page. And what I want to take a look at is our first, the first graph on the left-hand side. You'll see our red line here. And the word x-axis, that means it's going to reflect on the x-axis. And so what you're going to see happening is when it reflects, what you'll notice, first of all, is that we're reflecting on the x-axis. Here's our x-axis right here. So this is, imagine that this is the mirror. Okay, so if this is a mirror right here, and that's a horrible drawing, but you get the point. So if our mirror here is the x-axis, again, watch what's happening. Okay. What you should notice is if this, oops, wrong button. If we have 2 units away from the x-axis for my first point, 2 units away from the x-axis. So up 2, down 2. Our other point here, there's a difference from 4 to the x-axis, and this is 4. So if my point is at -3, 4, my image is now at -3, -4. So let's take a look at our 2 points. For our pre-image, and these I never labeled these, but we'll call this point A and this point B. We'll call this point image of A and image of B. So for a pre-image, we have points A and point B. If we find the ordered pair of point A, it was -3, 4. And our point B, if you take a look at the ordered pair, should be 1, 2. So now if we look at our image, A and B, so for our red one, A is to the left 3 and down 4, so it's -3, -4. And B is 1, -2. Okay, over 1, down 2. So take a look and see what happens with our ordered pairs when we reflect over the x-axis. All right, now let's take a look at the y-axis. I'm going to label these A and B. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and let's write our ordered pairs first before we reflect anything. So A is 1, 1. B is 3, 3. And then we're going to take a look and see what happens when we reflect over the y-axis. Okay, so take a look again, y-axis. So our y-axis is the mirror at this point. Okay. So if we take a look and see our new points, this is the image of A and this is the image of B. My new ordered pair for A is -1, 1, and B is -3, 3. So if we take a look at our points, when we reflect over the x-axis, what do you notice about our ordered pairs? What happens? Hopefully you see that the y-coordinate becomes the opposite. And the reason the y-coordinate becomes the opposite is because something's going from above to below, or below to above. The movement, even though it's reflecting on the x-axis, the movement is a vertical movement. And because the movement is vertical, our y-coordinate is going to become the opposite. If you take a look at the y-axis reflection, it's a horizontal movement. If you see, it's reflecting over the y-axis as a horizontal movement. So my x-coordinate, that says x-coordinate, becomes the opposite. Okay. So what I want to do, so hit pause and get everything copied. We're going to go back to our last box for a second. And I don't have, everything's gone from here, but what we had in this last section was the algebra. And we had x, y becomes something. Now if it reflects on the x-axis, our x stays the same and our y becomes the opposite. You know, I want to change this. Don't write -y. Now, that would be what the negative symbol says, that the y would become the opposite. But I'm going to write this. Opposite of y. If we reflect on the y-axis, x, y becomes opposite of x, comma, y stays the same. Okay, so get that copied. Okay, so let's find this page in your packet. And what I want you to write by the words, oh, let me get my color here. Okay, in the section that says words, say, reflect across the x-axis. Okay, now what we're going to do is when we reflect across the x-axis, if you remember what to do with our x's and our y's, how the change happens, you can write that in. If you're unsure, let's go ahead and do our reflection. So we know we're reflecting along the x-axis. So our mirror is right here. Now, one thing you're going to notice is my x-axis cuts through part of my shape, and that's okay. Don't worry about that. All you need to worry about is that each of these points gets reflected correctly. So put points on each corner, and let's label it A, B, C, and D. So when we reflect over the x-axis, this point here is 1 above the x-axis, so my new point is going to be 1 below. So as long as I do point by point and I label, I should be okay. B is 1 above, so I'm going to be 1 below. C is 3 below, so I'm going to go 3 above. D is 3 below, so I'm going to go 3 above. And what we're going to get my line tool, is D and C connect, A and B connect, okay, and that's my reflection. So if we look at our labels here, we have A, B, C, and D. My ordered pairs for A, we had -4, 1. B was -2, 1. C was -1, -3. And D was -5, -3. Then if we look at our image of A, image of B, image of C, image of D, these were our green points. Image of A becomes -4, -1. B, -2, -1. C is -1, +3. And D was -5, +3. And again, if you notice, my x's stayed the same, and my y's became the opposites. So if you're unsure how to do this by hand on the drawing, it's not a big deal. Just use what you know about the ordered pairs and what's going to happen. The x value stays the same, the y becomes the opposite. Okay, so the x value stays the same, the y value becomes the opposite. Okay, let's clear it out and go to the next page. Okay, the last thing we're going to look at is a dual situation where two things are going to happen. So number one, reflect the figure over the x-axis. So each of my points, okay, so this point, A, B, C, D. So A is going to go up 2 from the x-axis. D is 2 away from the x-axis, so this is going to be 2 away from the x-axis. B is 4 above, or excuse me, 4 below, so it's going to be 4 above. C is 4 below, so it's going to be 4 above. Okay. So this is number one. Number two. 2 says, then translate x plus 2, y minus 4. So each of my points are going to go to the right 2 and down 4. Okay. So this was C, D, B, A. So my new C, and I'll put 2 little lines, my new D is to the right 2, down 4. My B is to the right 2 and down 4. My new A is to the right 2 and down, 4. Okay. This is where it starts getting a little crazy. That's why I'm going to label the inside. Okay, so that's number 2. Now number 3. We'll do number 3 with black pen. Translate again, x negative 1, y 1. So I'm going to take each point. If I start with A, x minus 1, so I'm going to go backwards 1, and then up 1. So that's my new A. My new C will go backwards 1 and up 1. My new D, backwards 1, up 1. And my new B, backwards 1, up 1. So you'll definitely want to change colors, come get some markers, something. And there's number 3. That's crazy. But be prepared to have to do something similar to this. And that's it.